Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now on this video, I'll be sharing with you how to have a quantum leap with the law of attraction and really creating what you want in your life. Now, I just have to give a solid base for the way that the context for which I'm coming about this video. That is a way I always explain it, and that is we don't necessarily get always a reflection of what we want, but we always will get a reflection of who we are being. Now, with understanding that who we are being is composed of the emotions that we feel about who we are, the action that we're taking, and the beliefs that we have, we see that in order to really create what we want, we must align these to who we prefer to be, because that is going to be the reflection that we get in our life. Now, in order to take this to the next level and to have a quantum leap, it's going to have a lot to do with getting rid of a lot of the logical information that we would think about, the analytical way of looking at our beliefs and changing the beliefs that we have. While they can be a very powerful way to go about the process, it will always be a gradual thing that goes in steps if it is something that is logical, because it doesn't make logical sense to go from this level of being to take a quantum leap to go to a totally different paradigm. And in order to make that quantum leap, we must detach from the logical thinking and we must focus more on who we prefer to be. We must focus on the emotions and really feeling what that is, and then taking that massive action in order to get us where we want to be. Now, with this process, realize that the most powerful thing that you can do to make a quantum leap is to completely detach of the story that you tell yourself about who you are, about the beliefs that you have. And as you begin to detach from that story, you will allow yourself to then be who you prefer to be. Now, to detach from your story, you must first off become aware of simply what your story is. What story do you tell yourself? What beliefs do you have, both subconsciously and consciously? And as you begin to realize and become aware of that story, you can decide that you're going to let it go. And I know that sounds easier said than done, but the simple decision will then allow you to act in a completely new way. And from this point, the next powerful part of this video is knowing that there are two main ways that we create, and one is through our beliefs and the other one is through our wanting, so through the desire that we have. The desire is also normally tailored with the emotion that we have. Now, being able to make this quantum leap is less about the belief that we have. It's not like it's not logically easy for us to believe, like, for example, that we're making right now maybe $50,000 a year, that we can then just believe we're going to make $1 million a year for a quantum leap. But what will make that transition for us is having a very strong desire for it and then taking action with that desire. So the desire is something that we can cultivate through something like we can cultivate that desire through deciding that we're going to do and take action every day. A lot of times action will propel us into feeling that emotion. And as we begin to simply feel more of the emotion that we want, as we let go of the how of it's going to happen and we let go of the logical part of it, we then allow ourselves to exist in more that state of being that's necessary to perceive of that reflection that we want. Now, there are stories of people who have done amazing things that we would normally deem impossible when they were in situations where their desire was so strong to do something. So for example, a baby that is underneath a car and a mother that is lifting up the car to get the baby out. Now, that's something that wouldn't have happened if it was something that was so logical and something that was very thought of. The mom didn't even think of it and didn't even really give it an option as for whether she could or not. She just did everything she could to do it. Now, the reason that was something, a paradigm shift shift that was able to happen was because the desire was so strong to do it. The belief wasn't a question. There was really no mind even involved with it. It was just a simple of desire and then of actually doing it. Now, in the same way, we can do similar things in our life if we are able to increase the desire that we have for something, and a lot of times following that desire will be a massive amount of action. And maybe the certain actions we're doing aren't getting the results right away, but from consistently having that desire, we will feel inclined and motivated to take action because of that vision. So the powerful part of this video is understanding how you can increase the desire that you have. And one of the ways to do it, and it's not necessarily the most pleasurable way to do it, is to create pain. Now that could mean that in order for you to be able to maybe get out of a job that you have, maybe it would involve you finding out something that you prefer to do and to do what like Tony Robbins would call, which is like burn the boats. Burn the boats, you have no other option. It creates more desire under you, more fire under you, and then you're more likely to then figure it out. Now in the same way, you can consciously create more pain in order to do it, and the other part is creating more pleasure to do it, which means maybe you have a stronger vision for what you want to create. Maybe you imagine that so strongly and you have a desire to then do it. Now personally, I found that pain is a more powerful accelerant as far as the desire part of it than pleasure, but both of them will work. So simply become more clear of the vision you have for what you want to experience. If you'd like to and you really want to be able to do it, create a little bit of pain in the sense of make it so that it's something you have no choice but to figure out. Now, of course, do this with a certain level of being honest with yourself on if you can really do it or not. But realize that in order to make a quantum leap, or in order to really shift your paradigm, you're going to have to increase the desire that you have. And a way to do that is to then tailor your emotions, to let go of the story that you tell yourself, and then as you begin to do that, you're more likely to then exist in that new state of being, in knowing that as you drop the logical beliefs, you can then be who you prefer to be. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste. All right, bye.